I'm glad you could join us. We're in Ronan Park. Tim Smith is with us right now, and he is a candidate for supervisor in Sonoma County. He's had a background as a mayor, city council. You've been a busy guy, Tim.
Well, Jack.
Yeah.
It has been public service that I've enjoyed, and that's one of the reasons I'm running for supervisor this time.
I know that you mentioned a little while ago that pensions are on your mind. The pension problem.
The pension problem, and it's systemic throughout California, but Sonoma County has particular issues. Sonoma County is not in the CalPERS system. It has a separate system called the 1937 Act, and we don't want to get too far in the weeds, but they have their own pension plan, which can offer you flexibility, but it offers you also more opportunities to screw up. And I believe over the years the county of Sonoma has created significant problems, which are evidenced by the fact that for a relatively small county, we have one of the biggest pension problems in the state of California. In fact, on a per capita basis, I've been told it's the largest. We have, between unfunded liabilities, pension bonds that need to be paid, and other retiree benefits, we're over $1 billion in the hole on pensions in Sonoma County, where we only have 4,000 plus or minus employees, and then we have a lot of retirees as well.
Okay, when I hear about a problem like that, I always throw my hands up in the air and say, I'm glad I'm not trying to fix that.
Well,
how do you fix that?
Well, you have to fix it by wrapping your arms around it and say, this is the reality. And what happened is, as happened in other places in the state, benefits were increased significantly about 10, 12 years ago without the appropriate amount of money to pay for them. And what we have to do is talk with the folks who are working for the county at this time and say, this is what we need to do. One of the things I'm willing to do is, as a supervisor, is I'm going to opt out of the pension system. The reason I'm doing that is so that I can not be self-interested, because I think that's part of the problem. If you're a supervisor who ultimately has control over what we're going to do and what the rates are going to be, that sort of thing, you're going to have a self-interest. So I'm going to opt out of it, where there'll be more money for public safety, public health, libraries, parks, roads, those sort of things. And what we need to do is we need to talk with the unions, the represented folks, and say, this is the reality. What I want to do is protect the pensions for the folks that are working at the county fairgrounds, filling the asphalt on the roads, who are going to get $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month. We have some very egregious examples in Sonoma County of a former elected official who's on a pension of over $250,000 a year. I mean, that's unconscionable. So we have to put caps on them. And one of the things that the Board of Supervisors could do right now is they could adjust their own pensions. One of the arguments I've heard is, well, we can't do anything until we negotiate and we work things out with the unions. Well, the Board of Supervisors, the other elected officials, and the highly compensated staff are not represented by labor organizations.
Okay. Would you try to adjust the pensions that people already are getting? In other words, the person who's getting $250,000, which seems like a lot of money to me,
yes,
for a pension for this Sonoma County, try to readjust those pensions?
Somebody who are already retired.
Can you do that?
Somebody who's already retired, it's going to be difficult for
Yeah.
somebody who's already retired.
Right.
But what we need to do is get away from the idea that somehow the escalator or the elevator only goes up. That you move up and get a rate, and that rate follows you forever unless it moves up again. I've been in the private sector. I've worked on pension plans. I've had a pension plan at a large organization that I worked at. They got rid of the pension plan. They didn't take the money that we'd earned away. We were able to do other things with it. I don't really want that to happen. In Sonoma County, the employees are in Social Security. They have a defined benefit pension plan. We can have other savings. What we need to do is get that into a mix that makes sense. I don't really want to take anything away from somebody who's going to be relying on that in their retirement.
I'm sure they'll be glad to hear that. That's
Okay.
for sure. Tim Smith's been our guest. He is a candidate for supervisor in Sonoma County. Thank you very much for joining us.